The polls in New Hampshire will be closing across the state in just a few minutes. We think we know what to expect, at least at the top, but where does the race go from here? Let's welcome NBC News analyst, the editor of the Cook Report, Charlie Cook. Charlie, good evening.
Good evening, Keith.
The early returns are in. Big turnout, we know about that. Obviously, with less than 10%, the vote count doesn't really mean anything. Or does it? You see any surprises in what the numbers you've already seen?
Well, I think, you know, it's ironic on the Democratic side that all these states move forward in the process, and all it's done is make Iowa, New Hampshire that much more important. If this is a close contest between Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton tonight, she stays alive. We get you know, this thing goes for a while. But if it's any kind of a big margin at all, if it's 4, 5, 6 points or more, something like that, I think it's going to be incredibly hard for her to come back, because she's going to have to do, for her to beat Barack Obama, she would have to tear his head off, and at that point you'd wonder whether the nomination be worth having.
The big picture on this, you have written about this enthusiasm gap with Democrats turning out, at least anecdotally, I don't know that anybody's did an actual head count on all of this, but they seem to be bigger, they seem to be enthusiastic, and greatly so, ready to choose, ready to follow whoever they favor, but the Republicans not seeming that long. Is that a characterization? What does that mean long term? Is that any relevance looking this far ahead to November?
I think that's right. I think that Democrats, at least prior to Iowa, were like kids going into a Baskin Robbins, and they were looking up at the sign and seeing all these flavors, and they all look so great, and they were agonizing trying to figure out which flavor they want the most. But then, and at least in Iowa, they all surged towards Obama. On the Republican side, it's like when you go into a restaurant with a really short menu, and you're looking, and none of them seem just right. They're all just kind of off a little bit. And so Republicans had a tough decision because they really weren't crazy about any of them. Democrats could have gone 3 or 4 deep with their choices. But I think that you're going to have Hillary Clinton. She has got to come in really, really close tonight or win this thing, because I think this locomotive, it is steaming up, and it looks like it's about to pull out of the station. And I wish I could say I predicted it, but I didn't. This Obama thing, it turned out to be a hell of a lot bigger than I ever thought.
9 minutes to those polls close, and we'll see how big the thing is, at least as of tonight. Charlie Cook of the Cook Report and NBC News. Great thanks, Charlie.
Thank you, Keith.